time a dish with D. That's me. Thank you for on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. By the title of this video, we're going to just deep dive into the big headlines over the week, during the week from the Wall Street Journal saying Weight Watchers preparing to file for bankruptcy. This has a lot of people shaken. I mean, they haven't, they haven't been financially great for quite a while. This isn't like nothing new. And people are getting nervous. Now, I will tell you, I did go to my in-person meeting yesterday, and my leader was very calm and relaxed, but she didn't want to talk too much about it. She's probably not allowed. But she did want to say, you know what, they're just continuing to do what they do. There's nothing changing right now. So, I mean, if you're like thinking of joining, should you join? I'm like, if you really want to join. Like, don't let that stop you, because let's face it, if they're done sometime soon, they just don't pay anymore. I don't think it's like they're going to be closed and you're going to still be paying. So I would look at it that way. I mean, if you truly want to still join the program, I say join, quite honestly. But like, what does that mean? What does bankruptcy mean? It makes it sound like they're just shutting their doors. And honestly, it doesn't really mean that. I looked that up. I Googled that. And I wrote, what does bankruptcy mean? And it said bankruptcy is a legal process that allows individuals and businesses facing overwhelming debt to get a fresh start by either liquidating assets or creating a repayment plan. It can provide relief from debt, but also has significant consequence for credit history and assets. There's several types of bankruptcy you can claim. Chapter 7 liquidates assets to repay creditors. This is the most common type of bankruptcy for individuals who are unable to pay their debts. Chapter 13 allows individuals to keep their assets while creating a repayment plan over 3 to 5 years. Chapter 11, primarily for businesses to reorganize and create a repayment plan for their creditors. The other ones don't apply to them. So I think it's a way of them trying to rebuild and save the company. So it's not always a bad thing. To me, it's like they're trying. What does that mean for us? We don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be. I just look at it this way. I feel like that they're trying. I mean, we hear things, all of a sudden they're just shutting down, like Big Lots, just like shut down. They're done. So I feel like them filing gives us a little bit of they're trying to keep it afloat. I don't think we should get all upset about it. You shouldn't lose sleep over it. Quite honestly, you should just do what you're doing. And like I said in a video, like I call them ramblings on my Facebook group, we know what to do. We have the tools. A lot of us who've been going for years, we know the pillars. We know this, we know that. There's other apps out there you can buy that can track your food. Like the Healthy app is very similar to Weight Watchers. You have that's I Track Bites. Was the Healthy app. You have calorie counting apps. You got all these different things that you can utilize to track. So it's not like you have nothing. It's different. It's not what you're familiar with. It's not what you really want. But if you truly want to lose weight, you will find another, way to track. People love the thing called My Net Diary. People like another thing called Lose It. So there's a lot of, that's off the top of my head, there's a lot of apps you can get. There's that one that reached out to me last year. It was a calorie counting app. It had macros. It's called Trainist. That was a really nice app. So there is apps out there you could, utilize. There's so many communities here on YouTube, Facebook, that there's groups. Now, I know you might want in-person meetings. That one I can't help you with. I do my lives once a week, which I try to be, kind of a slightly unstructured weight loss topic meeting. I know a lot of people used to go, was Overeaters Anonymous. There was one, and there was another one. Escapes me, but there's several other groups. I would say, let's just say hypothetically that they would close. There's different things in your area you might be able to find, like gyms and places like that. They might offer things like that. You can always check out those. Community centers might have that. Churches might have that. It's something you could look into if you needed to. I think there's different things out there that you could find. Like I said, even online, like I said, there's many YouTube people who do weight loss content. Not always specifically Weight Watchers, I mean, but all the ones come back to Weight Watchers, don't they? I don't know why that is. Why did they come back to WW? I don't know, because WW is popular, I guess. That makes you want to come back and do WW content. It's popular. People know it. People recognize it. People feel safe with it. I just want to come here and reassure you that don't stress until there's a reason to stress. Can't worry until there's something to worry about. Don't get all like, oh my gosh, don't lose sleep. Don't worry about it. Until you're told to do something, just keep living your life, doing your plan, enjoying your app. Don't overthink it. Don't anticipate, and just live your life. Because guess what? It doesn't matter, because they're going to do what they're going to do no matter what we think and say. It's not like, oh my gosh, if Denise complains, there's enough videos, maybe Weight Watchers won't close. They're going to do what they're going to do no matter what I say, what anybody says. It's a business. And if the business cannot get out of this financial debt, it inevitably has to close. But we're not there yet. So don't act like we are. Like, just keep doing your plan, or maybe somebody mentioned, which might not be a bad idea, print yourself out some things. Print yourself out your 0-point food list. Maybe print your recipes out, or maybe put them somewhere else. You can copy and paste them into different things. So if you want to be proactive that way, it wouldn't hurt if you wanted to do that. Like if you copy and paste them into some sort of a program or into a Word document or something, you can make your own little cookbook of recipes that you've created. Or if you don't feel like doing it, you can just write them all by hand. Because like I said, if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen in the next 6-8 months, because they're getting, the exact wording was, let me get back to it, preparing to file, which means they haven't even filed yet. It didn't say they filed, it says preparing to file. So it hasn't even filed yet. So you could, like I said, if you're really that nervous, be proactive and like I said, get your recipes in order, like get your 0-point food list in order. That's what I would do if you're that nervous. Like, be active with it. Like, if you're if you're losing sleep over this, which you shouldn't, then just be proactive and get your ducks in a row. So if the app disappears, you have everything you need out of there. It's like I said, I wish, I said before, like when I've left Weight Watchers, I switched from the app to iTrack Bites, but I still went to meetings. And I could not access all of my things, which I didn't, thought to myself, well, at least my recipes I should be able to access because they're mine. Nope, couldn't access anything. So once it goes kaput, I don't think we'll have access to the app anymore. If it does, and I'm not saying it is, I'm saying if it does. I mean, it'd be nice if they just left the app up. Wouldn't that be nice? But it takes financing to keep that up. And you have to update it. And you have to keep up with all that stuff. So if they would go kaputs, I think everything would go kaputs. But we're not there yet. So don't anticipate that. You keep doing your journey. Keep following your plan. Like I said, if you wanted to be proactive and saving things, then it might not be a bad idea. That's why you have everything that you need in the inevitability that it does. But let's look at the positives. That this could help them. Somebody mentioned that they heard that they're opening up more meetings, which is interesting. Maybe if they open up more centers, there might be more influx of finances, perhaps, because people want meetings. So, buying, I think, the Sequence company and all that entails might have been, they weren't doing that great at that point anyway. So this adding that extra burden financially, I don't think helped, quite honestly. And I think they were trying, in defense of them, trying to stay relevant by saying, well, everything is weight loss drugs. And it is like that. I mean, Healthy is touting it. There's a couple other online things are talking about Wegovy. There's these little, I can't think of it on the top of my head. They come up on Facebook all the time, the ads for them. There's these little things you can join. I can't even the name escapes me, but there is, if I put it on Facebook, I'd probably find one. And you go on there and it pops up. There's this little thing you can join. It's kind of like a sequence where you have to get the You go do the telehealth and they prescribe the medications. That baffles me how you could just do that. And you could that blows my mind. It takes your family doctor right out of the equation. I'm like, I just sit there, I'm like, really? I don't even, let's see if I can find one. It comes up every 2 seconds. I'm like going, again, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. I can't even watch. Now that I want to find one, I won't be able to find one. I was like dumbfounded the other day. It just kept coming up. I'm like, and they'll have like different like cutesy names and stuff, which I think is really funny. But I kind of, like I said, part of me gets why they went in that direction. And people said, well, they always talked about, their whole core was about eating healthy. And it's true. But but being on that medication, you do have to eat better. Those medications don't help you unless you eat in a calorie deficit and you eat better. You can take those drugs all you want. You can't eat like crap and expect it's not going to happen. Nope. It's funny. Not one of them is popping up. It's like your phone hears you and it will not put one up. Mochi. There's one. Cute name. Who wants to? Mochi reminds me of those cute little mochi cakes. Yep. They have, the telehealth and it's X amount of dollars a month for your medications. Well, it's funny because you ever see the ads that always talk about as low as $99 a month or something. You're like, oh, that's affordable. That's just for the telehealth. That's not counting the medication. So you got to watch because it's very deceiving that they're doing that. But they suck you in because, okay, I'll do $99 a month. Yeah, and that's just for the first 3 months. Then it goes to the regular $149.99 plus your medication. So just be very careful. It is just, a lot of places do that. They throw that number at you, that low number that catches your eye. You get sucked in, and then they do the old bait and switch. That annoys me. And I did whisper there because it annoys me. But anyway, what I also want to run home is this channel, this community is here for you. So you are not alone. You have a whole community here that has your back, that will help you, that will guide you, that will support you, that will give you advice that, we can create a plan of our own. I could probably figure that out. We'll survive. We know what to do. Do we always do it? Nope. But we know what to do. And I think Weight Watchers, be damned, they don't do that for us. Like, we want to sit there and say, but in the end, we are in control. We're in the driver's seat of our own journey. We write the chapter to our stories. They don't. It's our book. We really don't need them. They help, absolutely. But we are the captains of our ship. We drive the boat. So there's different boats to drive. There's different ways to get there. We could deep dive into things. You're not alone. You have a whole group of people here that has your back. We will get through it. We will. I'm confident in that. Like, I saw that. I was like, oh, wow. But I never thought to myself, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I know what I need to do. I just have to find a different method to do it, but I can do it. There's so many methods out there. Like I said, I just named off the top of my head. There was like 3 or 4. And if you're such a diehard Weight Watchers person, like I said, the Healthy app has the old plans on there. And I think that the professional version, gives you all the bells and whistles, is around $30-some a year. And you have your scanner, you have your recipe, you have your little bit of community, you have your tracking of your bites. They call them bites, not points. And it does the old blue plan. So, which was my favorite algorithm. We will say that. So I just want to run home that don't just get upset. Don't jump ship. Don't lose sleep over this. Because we don't know what's happening right now. It is status quo. They're just continuing to do what they do. There's nothing to worry until there's time. I'll let you know when it's time to worry. It ain't time to worry right now. It's a good thing that they're doing this because they're asking for help. So I consider that a good thing. And we here at Dish with D, we will be here to support you. Just because I do Weight Watchers doesn't mean that I can't survive without it. My recipes are my recipes, and it's, happen to be WW friendly, but they are light and healthy and delicious. We could throw them in any app to work it out. So, with that being said, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of this? Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. What do you think? I know a lot of us are nervous, but please, just keep doing what you're doing until something bad really comes down the pike. Then we'll worry about it. But right now, we're just keep doing what we do. And we have you here. We have a fantastic community. If you have not hit that subscribe button and you found this video, join us here just with Dee, where we will help you out as best we can. If I have to do more lives down the line, during COVID, it's what I did. I could always do it again if I need to. We got that. If you want to do the Zooms again, if it gets to that point, then we could always try. We could always revisit that down the line if we need to. But right now, we're good. So we're okay, right? We're good. So I just wanted to bring that up. Rest assured that, keep doing what you're doing. Follow your plan until there's something to worry about. Right now, we just have to take one day at a time, put one foot in front of the other, and follow the plan that we know. But yeah, if you might want to get that little, I want to find that plan B. That wouldn't be a bad thing. It's a backup plan. But you're good right now. So I hope that reassured you not to stress over this, because I'm not stressing. There's better things in life right now to stress about than that. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment below. I will see you in a video very soon for Weigh In on Monday. You don't want to miss that one. And like I said, if you're new here, welcome. If you hit that subscribe button. Join here just with Dee. And we have a fantastic Facebook group. Everything is linked in the description box below. And I will see you in a video very soon. I think I already said that. Bye-bye, my lovelies.